Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves, then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be. This Shel Silverstein poem reminds us that while the world is full of voices telling us what we can't do, the only voice that truly matters is the one that says what we can. It's about choosing possibility over doubt, choosing the light over the dark, the hope over the despair. Hi there, I'm Governor Matt Meyer. I've always had a deep appreciation for the power of the arts, and that's why I'm honored to welcome you to the 21st Annual Poetry Out Loud Delaware State Finals. Congratulations to every student who's made it to this stage. Getting here took courage, the courage to stand up and share your voice with others, to make yourself vulnerable. Poetry isn't just about memorizing lines, it's about making someone else's words your own. It's about finding the emotions behind the language and bringing them to life. That's what Poetry Out Loud is all about, giving you the chance to connect with literature in a way that is deeply personal. For over 2 decades, this program has reached more than 4.5 million students across our country, showing us the incredible power of the arts in education. Delaware is proud to support programs like this one because every student deserves an outlet for creative expression. You belong here, and the world needs your voice now more than ever. Thank you to the Delaware Division of the Arts and the National Endowment of the Arts for making this possible. And a special thank you to the teachers who put in the hard work, organizing your school competitions and guiding your students to this moment. It truly is a team effort. To all the teachers out there, we see you and we appreciate you. To all the participants, all the students, keep using your voice, keep sharing your stories, and best of luck today. And remember what I learned by watching way too much America's Got Talent? Sometimes the person who finishes second or even sixth ends up with the bigger record contract. Have a great competition.
Hello, I'm Cindy Martin, Delaware's Secretary of Education, and it is truly an honor to be with you as we celebrate the 21st Annual Poetry Out Loud Contest. To every student who chose to step forward and participate, congratulations. That choice to stand up, to speak, to share your voice, that matters. It takes courage, preparation, and heart. And you should be proud of the work you've done. This year's competition carries special meaning. In 2026, as our nation marks 250 years, we are reflecting not only on where we have been, but on who we are becoming. The poems you selected lift up American voices across time, voices that tell stories of resilience, struggle, hope, and possibility. Through them, we are reminded that our history is complex, our democracy is living, and our shared future is still being written. As a lifelong educator, I believe deeply in the power of poetry. Poetry helps us slow down and listen to ourselves and to one another. It helps us name emotions, explore identity, and make sense of the world around us. Through Poetry Out Loud, you've done all of that. You've strengthened your voice, built confidence, and practiced the kind of communication that allows people to be seen and understood. Here in Delaware, we are proud of the passion, courage, and artistry our students bring to this stage year after year. Your performances remind us why student voice matters and why creating spaces where young people feel valued and heard is so important to who we are as a state. I hope you continue reading, writing, and sharing your voice long after today. Your words matter. They have the power to inspire, to challenge, to heal, and to connect us to one another. And in this moment, in our schools and our communities and our country, we need your voices more than ever.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, it's too quiet here for me. Let's try it one more time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, there we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Smyrna Opera House. Voice you hear back here. My name is DJ Tim Dog. It's an honor and pleasure to be with you all this evening. Please, I have the honor of introducing our host for the evening. He's not only one of the most prolific spoken word artists in the state of Delaware, he also happens to be my good friend. Can y'all please put your hands together for our host tonight, Mr. Dennis Spencer, a.k.a. D. Spence.
Thanks, DJ Tim Dog. Good evening. My name is Dennis Spence, and I am a teaching artist for Delaware Poetry Out Loud. I've been a spoken word artist for over 20 years, and I currently am the host of the monthly show of the Poetry at the Nomad held in Wilmington. I want to welcome you all who are in the audience and watching us live to Delaware's 21st annual Poetry Out Loud State Finals competition. What an exciting time. We have both new and returning students this year from 8 schools across the state of Delaware. With me this evening on the ones and twos, as you already heard, is DJ Tim Dog. He's been with us coming into his 4th year. He's going to keep the night fun and lively. Tim Dog, you got anything for the people?
You know what? Just for me and you, I thought I'd do something like this. It's going to take the 2 of us to make this work, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we begin tonight's poetry recitation contest program, please silence your cell phones. And throughout the contest, please do not use flash photography. In 2004, the Poetry Foundation and the National Endowment for the Arts began developing and piloting a first-of-its-kind national poetry recitation program for high school students. Poetry Out Loud launched at the start of the following school year in 2005. Since then, the program has reached more than 4.4 million students and 81,000 teachers from 20,000 schools across the nation. This year's competition marked a period of transition for the program. After more than a decade as an operating partner, the Poetry Foundation stepped back from Poetry Out Loud, and the National Endowment for the Arts undertook the task of renewed poem rights, temporarily streamlining the anthology to about 300 public domain works. Understand, this required some of our students, some of our scholars, to reselect poems, sometimes more than once. As the competition progressed, the NEA has confirmed the anthology will expand for the 2027 season. So I want you to understand just how hard these young people are working, for they had to change their work that they had to do. And still they are here to share their expression with you. And as the nation prepares to commemorate its 250th anniversary, the federal government is emphasizing programming in 2026 that honors American history and culture. The 2025-2026 Poetry Out Loud selection features only American poets and poems. With that being said, in response to student feedback, the division added an optional exhibition round, which you'll see in tonight's program. Poetry Out Loud satisfies many of the National Council of Teachers of English Language Arts standards and aligns with several Common Core standards. It brings new energy to an ancient art by returning it to the classrooms across the nation, as well as community centers, libraries, and other creative spaces. Tonight, 8 finalists are competing for the state championship. At this time, I'd like to ask the director of the Delaware Division of the Arts to come up and give the opening remarks. Please give a warm welcome for Miss Jessica Bell.
Thank you, Dennis. It's great to see everyone this evening. On behalf of the Division of the Arts, it's my pleasure to join the National Endowment for the Arts in welcoming you to Delaware's 21st Annual Poetry Out Loud State Finals. This evening promises to be both meaningful and enriching. I extend my sincere congratulations to all of the competing students and sponsoring teachers who have participated in this statewide initiative. The division also offers its heartfelt thanks to the students, teachers, and families who demonstrated remarkable flexibility and commitment during this transition year of Poetry Out Loud. Their perseverance truly embodies the spirit of resilience that poetry so often celebrates. As Delaware schools continue to provide outstanding educational opportunities, partnerships like Poetry Out Loud play a vital role in engaging our students, teaching essential skills, and sharing the accomplishments of our young people with the broader community. The 8 finalists competing tonight exemplify a deep commitment to poetry, not only as a written art form, but as a literary tradition that becomes even more powerful when brought to life through recitation. This evening is made even more special by the division's efforts to bring poetry to audiences here in Smyrna at the Opera House and beyond through our live stream. Thank you to everyone near and far for supporting our students and for championing this important program. I'd like to say a special thank you to our elected officials who are here tonight, including Representative Mara Gorman. I'm not sure who else is here, but if you can stand and be recognized, we would love to give you a round of applause. I know Senator Kara Hoffner is here, but if I'm missing anyone, please stand up. And we have a very special guest this evening. She doesn't really need any introduction, but she does want to say a few words of encouragement to the students and the families here tonight. Please join me in welcoming our Congresswoman, Sarah McBride.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Good evening, everyone. It is wonderful to be here with you all, including with my former colleagues in the General Assembly. I know Representative Cam Smith is also here. I just wanted to give her a shout out since she has joined us this evening. I want to start by thanking Jessica and the entire team at the Delaware Division of the Arts for making this evening possible. Can we give them a round of applause for all of their work? I am honored to be here at the historic Smyrna Opera House to celebrate the 21st Annual Poetry Out Loud statewide competition, to celebrate the students who are mustering the courage and perseverance to come before us this evening to perform, to celebrate the family members and educators who have nurtured their voices. As Dennis mentioned, and as Jessica mentioned, this Poetry Out Loud competition this year honors America 250. 250 years since the United States declared independence, set us on a course toward a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. 250 years since some young Americans put revolutionary words on a piece of paper to declare our inalienable rights and to fight for our freedoms. The 250-year celebration of 1776 is a moment for us to reflect on the progress that our nation has achieved, our journey toward deeper freedom and a more perfect union. But why this competition, why Poetry Out Loud is so powerful in this moment is because as we reflect on 250 years of progress, we know that it has been the arts, it's been literature, it's been poetry that so often has forged that progress. Creativity that has allowed us to see the world in a different way, to reimagine it not as it was or as it is, but as it should and as it could be. And just as it was with the writing of the Declaration of Independence, for those 250 years, it has often been young voices who have driven that change. Young voices with creativity and urgency who felt the fierce urgency of now to reimagine this world. I know we're listening tonight to American poets, but one of my favorite poems is by an Irish poet. And in one of my favorite poems of his, he wrote, "History says don't hope on this side of the grave. But once in a lifetime, the longed-for tidal waves of justice rise up and make hope and history rhyme." And tonight, with the voices of these young Delawareans, with the courage, with the passion, with the imagination, and with the urgency, they will forge change and make, in this time, 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, they will make hope and history rhyme. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Representative McBride. And now I would like to welcome Dr. Greg Watkins, a member of our Delaware State Arts Council.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here to announce the adjudicators, and I just want to say, each year it amazes me how difficult the students make their job, because the poetry that these scholars, as D. Spence referred to them, as it's just incredible. I mean, I sit in the front row every year, and they call me Grouchy Greg, and that's what Dr. Grouchy. That's what I'm known as, and I'm the guy in the front row trying to wipe away tears. So I would like to take a moment to introduce our wonderful judges and to sincerely thank them for sharing their time and expertise with us. So our first adjudicator is Caleb Curtis. Caleb Curtis is a multi-genre author who has published 2 books. He teaches undergraduate, graduate, and community-based writers in the Wilmington area and virtually. Next up, we have Representative Mara Gorman. Mara Gorman is the state representative for Delaware's 23rd District, a writer and 2-time Delaware Division of the Arts Fellow. She is a dedicated advocate for the arts education and the vital role arts play in Delaware communities. Next up, we have Catherine Pierce, who is the author of 5 books of poems and a memoir. She co-directed the creative writing program at Mississippi State University for 15 years and served as Poet Laureate of Mississippi from 2021 to 2025. She now lives in her home state of Delaware, the best state, the first state, where she runs Studio and Craft, an online poetry community. Next up, we have Dr. Brett Shepard, who is a professor of English and chair of humanities at Goldie Beacom College. Dr. Shepard's collection of poems, Absent Here, was awarded AWP's 2023 Donald Hall Prize for Poetry and was published as part of the Pitt Poetry Series. Another full-length, Place Where Presence Was, won the Moon City Poetry Prize. Recent poems have appeared in the Florida Review, Gulf Coast, Mississippi Review, Southern Review, and Michigan Quarterly Review, which awarded him the Goldstein Prize. And last but not least, we have our accuracy judge, Dr. Yolanda J.D. Green, who is a transdisciplinary artist, educator, and librarian. She has been awarded a Delaware Division of the Arts Individual Artist Fellowship for Poetry for 2026. So let's give everybody a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Dr. Grouchy Greg. Thank you, sir. Now to discuss competition logistics. Poetry Out Loud begins in the classroom, where students select poems from the online anthology. The program follows a pyramid structure, advancing from classroom and school competitions to regional or state contests, and ultimately to the national finals held April 27th to the 29th, 2026 in Washington, D.C. At the state level, winners receive $200 and an all-expense-paid trip with a chaperone to Washington, D.C., while the schools receive a $500 poetry book stipend. State runner-ups receive $100, with $200 for their school libraries. Overall, $50,000 in awards and stipends are presented at the state and national levels, with the national champion earning $20,000. All right. Contestants this evening will be evaluated from the following areas: physical presence, voice projection and articulation, interpretation, evidence of understanding, overall performance, and word accuracy. As this is a recitation contest, it is very important that we hold all applause. I repeat, hold all applause. I know these are your babies up here, but I beg you, hold all your applause until each round is completed. Tonight, the finalists will recite one poem in each of the 3 rounds. I will introduce the contestant will recite a poem, and when finished, DJ Tim Dog will play while the judges finish their scoring. So without further ado, let's begin round 1. Tonight's first finalist is Saad Ezubeidi from Del Castle Technical High School.
The Heart of the Tree by Henry Coiler Bunner. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and nigh, for song and mother croon of bird, in hushed and happy twilight heard. The treble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, in far cast thought of civic good. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart who plants a tree.
We didn't even hear you. We didn't even hear you. Our next finalist is Phi Sullivan from MOT Charter High School.
With the Lark by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Night is for sorrow, and dawn is for joy, chasing the troubles that fret and annoy, darkness for sighing, and daylight for song, cheery and chaste the strain, heartfelt and strong. All the night through, though I moan in the dark, I wake in the morning to sing with the lark. Deep in the midnight, the rain whips the leaves. Softly and sadly, the wood spirit grieves. But when the first hue of dawn tints the sky, I shall shake out my wings like the birds and be dry. And though, like the raindrops, I grieved through the dark, I shall wake in the morning to sing with the lark. On the high hills of heaven, some morning to be, where the rain will not grieve through the leaves of the tree. There my heart will be glad for the pain I have known, for my hand will be clasped in the hand of mine own. And though life has been hard and death's pathway been dark, I shall wake in the morning to sing with the lark.
Our next finalist is Olivia Stevens from Mount Sophia Academy.
For Who by Mary Weston Fordham. When the heavens with stars are gleaming like a diadem of light, and the moon's pale rays are streaming, decking earth with radiance bright. When the autumn's winds are sighing o'er the hill and o'er the lea, when the summertime is dying, wanderer, wilt thou think of me? When thy life is crowned with gladness, and thy home with love is blessed, not one brow o'ercast with sadness, not one bosom of unrest. When at eventide reclining at thy hearthstone gay and free, think of one whose life is pining. Breathe thou, love, a prayer for me. Should dark sorrows make thee languish, cause thy cheek to lose its hue, in the hour of deepest anguish. Darling, then I'll grieve with you. Though the night be dark and dreary, and it seemeth long to thee, I would whisper, be not weary. I would pray love then for thee. Well, I know that in the future I may cherish naught of earth. Well, I know that love needs nurture, and it is of heavenly birth. But though ocean waves may sever thee, I from thee, and thee from me, still this constant heart will never, never cease to think of thee.
Our next finalist is Brooke Kennedy from St. Mark's High School.
Song of the Choctaw Girl by Peter Perkins Pitchlin. I'm looking on the mountain. I'm gazing o'er the plain. I love the friends around me, but wish for home again. I hear their tones of kindness. They soothe my every pain. I know they love me truly. I wish for that home again. My mother's grave is yonder, and there it must remain. My father's care is tender. I wish for home again. My sisters and my brothers, alas, it may be vain. This longing for beloved ones, I wish for home again. Oh, take me to my nation, and there let me remain. This other world is strange, strange. I wish for home again. Give me the western forest, the mountain, stream, and plain, the shaded lawns of childhood. Give me my home again. The free breeze of the prairie, the wild birds' joyous strain, the three my father planted. Oh, take me home again. The sunshine and the flowers, my mother's grave again. Give me my race and kindred. Oh, take me home again.
Our next finalist is Samuel Yarbrough from Smyrna High School.
A Distant Song by John Gould Fletcher. Whether awake or sleeping, I cannot rest for long. By my casement comes creeping a distant song. A song like the chiming of silver bells which the breezes play, seeming to float forever towards an unseen day. A song that is weary with sorrow, yet knows not any defeat. Through the past, through today, through tomorrow, it echoes on life's long street. Can I but make words of its power, bring it from future here? Men's souls will be waking that hour to the victory against fear. But the vague, sweet stanzas befools me with its calming joy, time after time, and no failure here ever schools me to cease from an idle rhyme. That music afar, unspoken, I've done it wrong. I've caught and I've broken a distant song.
Militants to Certain Other Women by Catherine Ralston Fisher. You who pass coldly by when the police rush upon us, when they retch away our banners, beautiful banners whose colors cry a demand for liberty. You who criticize or condemn, declaring you believe in suffrage, worked for it in your state, and your mother knew Susan B. Anthony. Can you think in terms of a nation? Could you die or face ridicule for your belief? For the freedom of women. For your freedom, we are fighting. For your safety, we face danger, bear torture. For your honor, endure untellable insult. To win democracy. For you, we defend the banners of democracy, till our banners and our bodies are flung together on the pavement, waiting at the gates of government. We have made of our weariness a symbol of women's long wait for justice. We have borne the hunger and hardship of prison to open people's eyes to men's determination to imprison the power of women. You women who pass coldly by, do you imagine your freedom is coming as a summer wind blows over fields? Slowly it has advanced by a 60 years war. Those who have fought in it have not forgotten, and that war is not won. Strongly entrenched, the foe sits plotting. Close to his lines, our banners fly, signaling where to direct the fire. Greater forces are needed, reserves and recruits. Are you for winning or for waiting? Women who watch the banners go down. Women who say, suffrage is coming, while suffrage goes by you into Prussia? Case to be content with applauding speeches and praising politicians. Patience is shameful. Awake, rise, and act.
That last finalist was Natalia Gotti from Sussex Academy of Arts and Science. Our next finalist is Victoria Hopper from Sussex Central High School.
Query by Nellie Rathbone Bright. Great wonder that my blood spurts ruby red and not a green and slimy stream instead, that all my tears are salt, not bitter gall, that I still live and love and laugh at all, and that my teeth are lustrous, pearly white, instead of blue cold blades that clash at night. Why do you stand aloof and bid me pray, you who sow strife and pain upon my way? How does my soul live unmauled by hate's rod? You cannot know 'twas made by one called God.
And our final finalist for this round, Henrik Monson from Wilmington Friends School.
I Shall Return by Claude McKay. I shall return again, I shall return to laugh and love and watch with wonder eyes. At golden noon the forest fires burn, wafting their blue-black smoke at sapphire skies. I shall return to loiter by the streams that bathe the brown blades of the bending grasses, and realize once more my thousand dreams of water rushing down mountain passes. I shall return to hear fiddle and fife of village dances, dear delicious tunes that stir the hidden depths of native life, stray melodies of dim remembered ruins. I shall return again to ease my mind of long, long years of pain.
This concludes round one. Please feel free to show some love for our contestants. So all the nerves are gone. We're about to get ready for round two. Learning and reciting poetry develops the mind and imagination. We commend these students for studying, memorizing, and performing some of the most influential poems. Poetry out loud builds skills valuable in school, life, and public speaking, an everyday skill in work and community. Contestants are judged on physical presence, use of eye contact, body language, and poise, voice and articulation, volume, pace, intonation, rhythm, and pronunciation. Interpretation, conveying the poem's meaning through performance choices, avoiding distracting gestures or overreacting. Evidence of understanding, comprehension and mastery of the poem, revealing meanings, messages, allusions, irony, shifts of tone, and other nuances will be captured by the performance. Overall performance. This is worth a bit more than other categories with a value up to 9 points. This category evaluates unity of presence, voice, interpretation, understanding, and word accuracy to bring the poem fully to life. Now we ready for round 2? Yes, we are. To begin round 2, we're going to bring back our first finalist, Saad Ezubeidi from Del Castle Technical High School.
The House on the Hill by Edwin Arlington Robinson. They're all gone away. The house is shut and still. There is nothing more to say. Through broken walls and gray, the winds blow bleak and shrill. They're all gone away. Nor is there one today to speak them good or ill. There is nothing more to say. Why is it then we stray around the sunken sill? They're all gone away. And our poor fancy play for them is wasted skill. There is nothing more to say. There is ruin and decay in the house on the hill. They are all gone away. There is nothing more to say.
Our next finalist, we are bringing back Phi Sullivan from MOT Charter High School.
Fruit of the Flower by County Cullen. My father is a quiet man with sober, steady ways. For simile, a folded fan, his nights are like his days. My mother's life is Puritan, no hint of cavalier, a pool so calm you're sure it can have little depth to fear. And yet my father's eyes can boast how full his life has been. There haunts them yet the languid ghost of some still sacred sin. And though my mother chants of God and of the mystic river, I've seen a bit of checkered sod set all her flesh a-quiver. Why should he deem it pure mischance? A son of his is fain to do a naked tribal dance each time he hears the rain. Why should she think it devil's art that all my songs should be of love and lovers, broken heart and wild, sweet agony. Who plants a seed, begets a bud, extract of that same root. Why marvel at this hectic blood that flushes this wild fruit?
Next to the mic, we're bringing back Olivia Stevens from Mount Sophia Academy.
Songs 8 by E. E. Cummings. In the rain, darkness, the sunset being sheathed, I sit and think of you. The holy city which is your face, your little cheeks, the streets of smiles. Your eyes half thrush, half angel, and your drowsy lips where float flowers of kiss. And there is the sweet, shy pirouette, your hair, and then your dance song soul. Rarely beloved, a single star is uttered, and I think of you.
Our next finalist, we are bringing back Brooke Kennedy of St. Mark's High School.
An Apology by Julia Word Howe. For a warm word spoken. I spake perhaps too sharp a word for one bred up in modesty. But base injustice, trivial scorn on honor heaped, had angered me. The smile of courtesy forsook these lips so timid even for good, while o'er the paleness of my brow flashed crimson the indignant blood. Nor could I to the contest bring the trained weapon of the mind, snatching from reason's armory such shafts as grief had left behind. Grief for the faltering of the age, grief for my country and my race, grief to sit here with Christian men that boast their want of Christian grace. I say not that the man I praise by that poor tribute stands more high. I say not that the man I blame be not of purer worth than I. But when I move reluctant lips for holy justice, human right, the sacred cause I strive to plead lends me its favor and its might. And I must argue from the faith which gave the fervor of my youth. Or keep such silence as yon stars that only look and live God's truth.
And our next finalist, coming back to the mic, Samuel Yarbrow from Smyrna High School.
With the Lark by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Night is for sorrow and dawn is for joy, chasing the troubles that fret and annoy. Darkness for sighing and daylight for song, cheery and chaste to strain, heartfelt and strong. All the night through, though I moan in the dark, I wake in the morning to sing with the lark. Deep in the midnight, the rain weeps the leaves. Softly and sadly, the wood spirit grieves. But when the first hue of dawn tints the sky, I shall shake out my wings like a bird and be dry. And though, like the raindrops, I grieved through the dark, I shall wake in the morning to sing with the lark. On the high hills of heaven, some morning to be, where the rain shall not grieve through the leaves of the tree. There my heart will be glad for the pain that I know, for my hand will be clasped in the hand of my own. And though life has been hard and death's pathways been dark, I shall wake in the morning to sing with the lark.
And our next finalist, returning, Natalia Gotti from Sussex Academy of Arts and Science.
Let No Charitable Hope by Eleanor Wiley. Now, let no charitable hope confuse my mind with images of eagle and of antelope. I am by nature none of these. I was being human born alone. I am being woman hard beset. I live by squeezing from stone the little nourishment I get. In masks, outrageous and austere, the years go by in single file. But none has merited my fear, and none has quite escaped my smile.
Our next finalist, returning, is Victoria Hopper from Sussex Central High School.
From Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. Well, son, I'll tell you. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it and splinters and boards turned up in places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I still climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit on the steps 'cause you find it's kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
And our final recitation for round 2 is from our next finalist, Henrik Monson from Wilmington Friends School.
Christmas Carols by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Ring out, ye bells, all nature swells with gladness at the wondrous story. The world was lorn, but Christ was born to change our sadness into glory. Sing, earthlings, sing, tonight a King hath come from heaven's high throne to bless us. The outstretched hand o'er all the land is raised in pity to caress us. Come at his call, be joyful all, away with mourning and with sadness. The heavenly choir with holy fire are raised their voice in gladness. The darkness breaks and dawn awakes, her cheeks suffused with youthful blushes. The rocks and stones with holy tones are singing sweeter than the thrushes. Then why should we in silence be when nature lends her voice to praises? When heaven and earth proclaim the truth for him for whom that lone star blazes. No, be not still, but with the will strike all ye harps and set them ringing on hill and heath. Let every breath throw all its power into singing.
This concludes round 2. Let's show our finalists some love, please. We will now take a 10-minute intermission. Enjoy your break, and we will come back with a special exhibition round.
You know, the young people that participate in this event put an incredible amount of work and dedication into getting ready for these state finals. You can feel the energy, you can feel the passion that they bring to the recitation process, and it's just an incredible event every year.
At the bakery, I claim them too.
When I watch these young people do this on stage, I'm incredibly envious and proud of how amazing they are.
Slamming the round black puck.
Sauntering out of the almost silly West.
I feel like I left learning something tonight about the art of poetry, about literature, and seeing how these students, were vessels for the meaning of the poem that they were interpreting.
I can be with you.
What a fantastic opportunity that you should not miss to represent yourself, but I saw so many students representing their culture, their experience, sort of reaching for that poetic truth that you find in a poem. It was just really exciting.
Tossing their heads in sprightly dance.
I would never trade it because I seen the growth in me every time I coached and every time I was with Tracy. Shout outs all to her. She had pushed me so hard to get to where I am and to really be able to express myself the way that I'm able to now. You really express a piece of your heart and your soul and your mind to these people, and they have to know where you come from. And that is all I can say. Be you and just go for it.
When I found about this, I was like, I definitely have to try it because for one, it's gonna be beneficial to me, but learning about it and being able to tell others about it. It was really nice because for one, we're all veterans, so we all have that background of things that we've all been through similar but different. First couple times we were all kind of quiet and really nice, respectful to each other, but after that we all kind of got into our normal military, giving each other crap, and so now it's a kind of feels like a close-knit family and friends feel.
To me, it was just a relief. It took the stress away because in the background you hear other veterans just chattering. They're just talking about music, they're cracking jokes. So it just was very laid back and very calming.
I honestly was on cloud nine. Like, I came in here immediately talking to everyone like, hey, what's up? Like, what branch were you in? How long? That's cool. The military is all about, go, 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 go on top of that. And then kids is go, go, go. And then I came in here after the first or second week and I was like, oh my God, was that 2 hours? Like, I think that's the most calm and at peace I've been with my mind and my body probably in 8 years.
To me, it was eye-opening because I always felt like I couldn't talk to people. Like, because of my trauma in the service, I just feel like I'm alone. So the calmness of the class just brought me out.
I mean, my God, I hope that this program stays around for, as long as it can, because, I've been telling everyone about this, like everyone.
It was awesome because they have your back. So, and again, just the chatter and the humor and the music, it was a delight.
The more we invest in veterans and their families and communities, the more it feeds the roots of our civilization. And so they are the people of service, and we must provide service to them.
The title of the class, The Whimsical Masterpieces. That's just dreamy, right? It'd be like a little uptight. So I was really hoping to let go. And if you want an artist who's going to help you let go, it's John. It's just like this warm and snuggly way of learning.
They're coming in 60, 70, 55, whatever it is, having never done art and for a lifetime being afraid of it, thinking I can't do this. I'm not an artist. I hear that all the time. I'm not an artist, I'm not creative. They just don't know it, but they have some of it.
I felt like I had creativity when I was younger, and I'm trying to find it again. It was something that I looked forward to on Wednesday. I said, okay, don't forget you have a class tomorrow. And I leave early enough to get to class, and the traffic is daunting, especially summertime, but it was like I didn't miss a day.
And another thing that is great about it, and this is because of the Division of the Arts, is that it was accessible. It's free. They didn't pay for anything. They had the supplies, they had the expertise, they had the support. I mean, it's really a gift.
When I walked in and saw the kit, and John said, and I have extra pastels and extra rags and extra paper, anything you want, every class you can replenish your kit. It's unheard of.
I wish I was in the first class so I could have taken the second one, and I'll probably still want the third one, but I'm looking forward to the next one.
It did change my life. I would, in a heartbeat, take this class.
you all for standing on the purity of expression. Thank you for that round. Thank you. Could we please give another round of applause for all of our finalists, please? Now, on to our final round of Delaware's Poetry Out Loud State Finals. Tonight's winner will move on to national finals of the Poetry Out Loud contest held in Washington, D.C., April 27th through April 29th. Our 5 state finalists this evening will now recite a third poem. Their scores will be added to the previous rounds, and the highest score of all 3 rounds will take home the state title. We would like to ask the 5 state finalists to come backstage to participate in this final round. Once I call your name, please come up to the backstage, please. Brooke Kennedy from St. Mark's High School. Saad Ezubeidi from Del Castle High School. Phi Sullivan from MOT Charter High School. Olivia Stevens from Mount Sophia Academy. And Natalia Gotti, Sussex Academy of Arts and Sciences. Now, each contestant will come to the stage and respond to the question, what do you enjoy about poetry? And then they will recite their third poem. So coming to the stage first, we'd like to welcome Saad Ezubeidi. So, tell us, what do you enjoy about poetry?
What I enjoy about poetry is being able to use as few or many words as I desire to express the things or emotions that I want. What I like about poetry is that even silence speaks, and that what's unsaid is just as important as what's written.
Thank you. Saad Ezubeidi from Del Castle Technical High School.
Chicago by Carl Sandburg. Hog butcher for the world, tool maker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads and the nation's freight handler, stormy, husky, brawling, city of the big shoulders. They tell me you are wicked, and I believe them, for I have seen your painted women under the gas lamps luring the farm boys. And they tell me you are crooked, and I answer, yes, it is true. I have seen the gunmen kill and go free to kill again. And they tell me you're brutal. And my reply is, on the faces of women and children, I have seen the marks of wanton hunger. And having answered, so I turn once more to those who sneer at this, my city, and I give them back this sneer and say to them, come and show me another city with lifted head, singing so proud to be alive in chorus and strong and cunning, flinging magnetic curses amid the toil of piling job on job. Here is a tall, bold slugger set vivid against the little soft cities, fierce as a dog with tongue lapping for action, cunning as a savage pitted against the wilderness, bareheaded, shoveling, wrecking, planning, building, breaking, rebuilding. Under the smoke, dust all over his mouth, laughing with white teeth. Under the terrible burden of destiny, laughing as a young man laughs. Laughing even as an ignorant fighter laughs who has never lost a battle. Bragging and laughing that under his wrist is the pulse, and under his ribs, the hearts of the people. Laughing, the stormy, husky, brawling laughter of youth, half naked, sweating, proud to be a hog butcher, tool maker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads and freight handler to the nation.
Our second finalist coming to the stage, Phi Sullivan, MOT Charter High School. What do you enjoy about poetry?
To me, poetry has always been a way for me to connect with others. I'm the kind of person that struggles to share my emotions and feelings. And poetry, to me, seems like a special way for me to share to others and see how others feel about things in this sort of secret way, in the sense that I can tell you how I feel, but only the people that truly care enough to read and understand it will get me and get what I have to say.
Awesome, thank you. Our second finalist, Phi Sullivan of MOT Charter High School.
Dawn by Ella Higginson. The soft tone clock upon the stair chimed 3. Too sweet for sleep, too early yet to rise. In restful peace I lay with half-closed eyes, watching the tender hours go dreamily. The tide was flowing in. I heard the sea shivering along the sands, while yet the skies were dim, uncertain as the light that lies beneath the fretwork of some wild rose tree within the thicket gray. The chanticleer sent drowsy calls across the slumbrous air. In solemn silence, sweet it was to hear my own heart beat. Then broad and deep and fair, trembling in its new birth from heaven's womb, one crimson shaft of dawn sank through my room.
Our third finalist for the final round, welcome Olivia Stevens, Mount Sophia Academy. What do you enjoy? You got it. Besides adjusting the microphone. What do you enjoy about poetry?
I love the authenticity behind it. It's a place where everyone can speak their own opinions and history is held in between the lines of the words that we create. I love hearing other people's perspectives, other people's stories. It's a chance for me to become a better human through hearing the words and opinions of others.
Awesome. Thank you. Please welcome our third finalist, Olivia Stevens.
The Light of Stars by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. The night is come, but not too soon, and sinking silently, all silently. The little moon drops down behind the sky. There is no light in earth or heaven, but the cold light of stars. And the first watch of night is given to the red planet Mars. Is it the tender star of love, the star of love and dreams? Oh, no. From that blue tent above, a hero's armor gleams. And earnest thoughts within me rise when I behold afar, suspended in the evening skies, the shield of that red star. O star of strength, I see thee stand and smile upon my pain. Thou beckonest with thy mailed hand, and I am strong again. Within my breast there is no light but the cold light of stars. I give the first watch of the night to the red planet Mars. The star of the unconquered will, he rises in my breast, serene and resolute, and still and calm and self-possessed. And thou, too, whosoe'er thou art that readest this brief psalm, as one by one thy hopes depart, be resolute and calm. Oh, fear not in a world like this. And thou shalt know ere long, know how sublime a thing it is to suffer and be strong.
And for our fourth finalist in the final round, Brooke Kennedy, St. Mark's High School. What do you enjoy about poetry?
I love poetry because for me, it's an escape. It lets me put my thoughts and emotions into words that I couldn't explain any other way. For me, it's really a reflection and looking at all that I have and taking a break from the busyness of everyday life and school and just sitting back to see like what I have and being grateful for what I have. And then also it's an escape into my imagination, stepping into new roles and being this person that you can kind of just play a fun role, and reciting other people's poetry, I can kind of bring those pieces to life, which is what I really enjoy.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Our fourth finalist, Brooke Kennedy, St. Mark's High School.
Afternoon on a Hill by Edna St. Vincent Millay. I will be the gladdest thing under the sun. I will touch 100 flowers and not pick one. I will look at cliffs and clouds with quiet eyes. Watch the wind bow down the grass and the grass rise. And when lights begin to show up from the town, I will mark which must be mine and then start down.
And our last finalist for the evening, Natalia Gotti, Sussex Academy of Arts and Sciences. What do you enjoy about poetry?
That's a great question. I believe that poetry is freedom. It is freedom of self, of expression, of love, and I believe that my poetry is my dignity, and I believe that without poetry, there is no life.
Thank you. Wow. And for our last poem of the evening, Natalia Gotti from Sussex Academy of Arts and Sciences.
To a Young Dancing Girl by Elsa Gidlow. Golden-eyed girl, do you see what I see? Do you see behind the veil that life laughs through? Golden-eyed girl, I would like to laugh with you, but my veil is torn, and I see things pass like shadows in the depths of a crystal glass. Golden-eyed girl, you are young as springtime. Your great eyes are dreamful, your rare lips sweet. Shadows matter little to youth with dancing feet. All of life's skeletons wear gay dresses, and youth is deceived by even death's caresses. Golden-eyed girl, you have years to dance and wonder before your life's curtain will wear into holes and let you see the hopelessness hidden in souls. You have many moons of laughter, many years to go before you'll learn how heavy dancing feet can grow.
right, let's give them a round of applause. These young people have worked hard for this. Many nights up rehearsing when they should have been in bed, getting ready for school the next day. Should have been doing homework. And they was up rehearsing for these poems. A lot of work was put into this. So please, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. This concludes all the rounds of the Poetry Out Loud competition this evening. While the contestants' final scores are being tallied, DJ Tim Dog, you got something for the people?
see what I said. I had the contestants back here actually doing line dance. They loosen them up. They back here laughing and smiling.
They was
So
getting.
one more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause. Come on, y'all.
Yes, sir. We most certainly do. We most certainly do. But before we do, this concludes all rounds of the Poetry Out Loud competition this evening. While the contestants' final scores are, oh, well, we already tallied them, but before we present the awards, we all would like to acknowledge the tremendous efforts of our student contestants and welcome them all back to the stage, please. All right. Our finalists have enjoyed their experience with Poetry Out Loud and perhaps have become lifelong fans of poetry. Maybe some of you never thought you could perform in front of so many people and share the joy of the written word. So now for the moment we have been waiting for. We will present the certificates and awards to our contestants. Before our third, second, and first place winners are announced, each student will receive a certificate for participating as a finalist in tonight's competition. Their names will be called in the order they recited their poems. Saad Azubaidi of Del Castle Technical High School. Phi Sullivan, MOT Charter High School. Olivia Stevens, Mount Sophia Academy. Brooke Kennedy, St. Mark's High School. Samuel Yarbrow, Smyrna High School. Natalia Gotti, Sussex Academy of Arts and Sciences. Victoria Hopper, Sussex Central High School. Henrik Monson, Wilmington Friends School. Now, before we hand out these awards, I also want to let you all know my phone has been blowing up by a couple Delaware Division of the Arts Fellowship recipients, and they have been saying some tremendous things about you all. You did an excellent job. So whether you get an award or not, I want you to know you are catching the eyes and ears of some of the best poets in this country right now. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for. In third place, our second runner-up, like, don't do that, don't do that. From MOT Charter High School, Phi Sullivan. All right. In second place, our first runner-up. From Mount Sophia Academy, Olivia Stevens. And now for the person who will be representing Delaware, the first state. At the National Poetry Out Loud competition in Washington, D.C., in the beginning of May, is from Sussex Academy of Arts and Sciences, Natalia Gotti. Give a round of applause. Excellent, excellent. And excellent job, everyone. And now, our closing remarks will be from our Executive Director of the Delaware Division of the Arts, Ms. Jessica Ball. After she's done, please, contestants, remain on stage so we can take a group photo.
Congratulations to all of you. This has been an amazing evening. To sit there and watch all of you perform, it brings up so many emotions. I think Greg and I just sit there and cry the whole time, or laugh, or just look at each other in amazement. You all are incredible. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for your patience and your resilience this year. And thank you to all of the teachers and the families who have supported these students throughout this process. I think these folks are incredible, and I know you do too. And let's just give them one last round of applause. And now just let's take a bunch of pictures. Thanks, everyone.